All right, welcome everyone to the live show. Welcome. Before we get started, guys, what I want to do for me is to go to the description of this video. Okay, the registration for the upcoming Bybit. Okay, trading competition is still ongoing. Just go to the description of this video and then go ahead and click on the more button. The first link here is to sign up for a Bybit account. If you don't have a Bybit account yet, okay, just sign up for a Bybit account. Remember, all of our futures trading are done on Bybit, okay? So make sure you go sign up for a Bybit account. Why the second link will bring you to this page to be a part of this competition. So once it brings you here, all you just need to do is to go ahead and click on the join button and join my squad. Okay, let's be part of those who will be sharing in this $8 million that Bybit is actually giving away. All right, you can stand a chance to share in these once you do up to 30,000 in trading volume, and you can equally stand a chance to go home with a Lamborghini or the Rolex watch. Okay, there are a lot of activities in which you can participate. Once you join my team, right? Once you join my team, you can either trade, okay, on your own, or you can use the copy trading option, right? If you come in here to the copy trading first, you can go ahead and copy traders on who are currently trading, and they will be the one doing the hard work for you and all of that. Okay, and you still share in the $300,000 that Bybit has set aside for this. You can go to the arena raffle. Here, right here, just click on the arena raffle, and every day Bybit qualifies you to win. To win up to $1,000 worth of BTC, or in NFTs, their latest NFTs edition and all of that. Okay, so you can use the arena raffle to do that, all of that. So all you just need to do, guys, click on that link, the second link here, to go join my squad and be a part of those who will be sharing in this $8 million reward pool that Bybit has set aside. Okay, now one thing you guys need to understand is that there are a lot of ways to make money in this space, and one of those ways, aside the fact that you trade and make profit for yourself, one of those ways is to participate in trading competitions and all of that. All right, what if you participate in this and you are the winner of the Lamborghini? Okay, what if you are the winner of the Rolex watch and all of that? All right, anything can happen. And guess what? The Lamborghini, the Rolex watch, all of these are not given to the best traders. They are not given to the trader with the highest volume. All right. So, in as much as you've done 30,000 in trading volume, you qualify, all right, to be a winner of that particular, giveaway of the Lamborghini, the Rolex watch, and others. All right. So, participate now, join now. Okay. We still have 4 days to go. So, you can still come in here, register, and be a part of these guys. Come and register and be a part of this. Okay. Register and be a part of this. And basically, that is it. All right. So, yes. Before I go, Vincent, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the live show. Now, guys, if you are new to the channel, you're welcome. Make sure that you're smashing that like button, guys. Make sure you're smashing that like button. If you have not subscribed to the channel already, please do, because you'll gain a lot of value here when it comes to trading features in the market. Okay, we do this every day. Okay, so first, I don't know if Franklin, are you here? Please let me know. Okay, whenever you join, let me know how this trade went. Okay, let me know how this trade went for you. Franklin was always insisting that he was going to short Litecoin after the halving. And what happened yesterday? We were looking at this area here. Okay, as at yesterday when I end the stream, I told us that Litecoin is breaking below this area. So if it breaks below that area, go ahead and short that trade, and exactly this played out. Okay, and we're looking at taking profit at a 200-day moving average, but currently, guys, we are just below that 200-day moving average. So for those of you who took this trade, okay, thumbs up to you. We are just currently below that 200-day moving average, and what we are looking at is a rejection at this trend line. Okay, we want to get a rejection at this trend line. If we get a rejection at this trend line, then we can be taking a trade to the long side. But if not, guys, then I see Litecoin going as low as 80, $70 and all of that. Okay, but just let it play out. Okay, let it play out, and whatever the outcome is, just follow suit. That is why we are day traders. Okay, if the market is going south, we follow it. If it is going north, we follow it. That is just basically it, right? Once your predictions are right, you are sure of making money in this market. Okay, so to start with, I will start with all of the token that Vincent has actually listed on the chart here. So the first one here is the H. Is that H bar? Is this supposed to be H bar or near? Which one is this? okay, because I don't think there is a token. Okay, let me just search because I've not heard of this token before. So, okay, yeah, there is USDT. What is it about? Okay, what is the token about? It's HBAR actually. Vincent, please confirm that the first stuff you type here, is it HBAR or what exactly is it? HBAR, right? Is it HBAR? It should be HBAR, guys. It should be HBAR, right? It should be HBAR, all right? Okay, so for this particular token, what exactly are we looking at? Currently, I could see that there may be a pullback from this zone here, okay? So here we have our areas here. And then you equally need to pay attention to this area as well, okay? Which is exactly where we are rejecting from. So you equally need to pay attention to that area as well, except if we continue to break, if we break above this area, then I see it going to around 0.057, okay? So currently what you want to wait for is this reaction here. I see this token coming back down here again before going back up, okay? But to get those entries, you want to go to lower time frames and start looking for a better rejection and all of that. All right. So if I'm going to trade this token currently, okay, I can enter this trade right now, or just wait when it gets to this level of 0.054, okay, 0.054, or even at 0.0544. All right, you should be looking to short this trade here. But if we break and then put your stop loss just slightly above, in case we break above that area, then you can take it to the upside, okay? Currently, this is the area I'm looking at. If we reject here, we can come back down here. And then once we get back to 0.050, you should be looking at taking a trade to the upside and all of that, okay? So for now, it is going to be a short trade for me, guys. So I'll be looking at entering this at 0.0543, okay? And I'll take it down. Then if we break above this area and have a retest, then I'll be taking a trade to the upside, okay? So for the HBAR token, that is exactly what I personally will be looking at, okay, Vincent? That's exactly what I will be looking at for this particular token, all right? So if you want to trade this token, that is exactly the setup that I'm going to, look at, right? All right. So the next token there, I see a lot of those tokens. I hope we'll be able to close for me to meet up with the time to take my draws and all of that. So let's look at the YGG. Okay, yeah, YGG. So let's look at what that token currently has for us. Okay, guys, smash that like button, guys. Okay, smash that like button. And as I always say, okay, as I always say, the fact that we look at a lot of tokens doesn't mean that you have to trade all of them. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to trade all of them. Look at the ones that resonate with you and then go ahead and take those trades. Okay, but this particular trade is equally a short for me, guys. All right, for the YGG token is equally going to be a short right here, as you can see. Okay. So yeah, we've been in this uptrend. Let me go to the daily time frame and see a clearer picture. So right here, we need to respect this level. Okay, we need to respect this level. So if you want to short this trade, I should be looking at entering a trade at around 19 cents. Okay, 0.196 or 0.197. Okay, let me bring this slightly up there. Yes. So this is exactly what I'm looking at. And remember, we are still in this uptrend. We've been going up this way, right? So we're still following that trend up there. So if we come back to our 4 hours time frame, let's look at yeah. So what I want to see is this token coming to reject here. You see this candle that is pumping, okay, coming to reject here at 0.199. That 0.199 will be my entry to the downside. And then if we come reject, okay, see this way, the way we're bouncing at this trend line. If we come reject at this trend line again, I'll be taking a trade to the long side. So my long setup will be somewhere around here, and I'll take it up. And then my short setup will be around this area, guys. Right? That is where I'll be looking to short this trade, and I'll take profit around this area. So that is exactly the setup I'm looking at for the YGG token, okay? So pay attention to this. This is the setup I'm looking at for the YGG token, and let it play out. Then you go ahead and take a trade accordingly, all right? So you can take a screenshot of this if you want and, allow this to play out. So when it gets here, we are going to short, okay? And then when it gets down here, we reject at that trend line again, we are going to long, all right? So pay attention to this and always use tight stop loss, guys. always use tight stop losses. All right, use tight stop losses. So use tight stop losses. So okay, I know why I'm actually emphasizing on those stop losses and the rest, please. And then for those of you who normally take signals and then you just leverage, depend on the stop losses that the signal providers are giving you, please be careful, because those signal providers they give a space for the trade to breathe. And one thing you should know is that all of us don't trade with the same capital. All right. The fact that I'm ready to risk 10%, 5, you don't know the capital, the amount of money I'm risking that 10, 5, 50% on. You don't know. And because we are trading leverage, for instance, the stop loss for this particular trade setup here is around 6.4%. 6.4%, if you are using a 10x leverage, that is about 60%. Okay. 60.4%, guys. All right. That is around 60% if you are using a 10x leverage. If you are using 5x leverage, that is around 30%. So 30% of your capital will go in that trade. We are not trading with the same capital, all right? I may be ready to raise this 60%. 60% can be maybe around $100, $600, depending on the capital I'm trading with. So you don't follow these, guys. You don't follow this. Even if you have to follow this, then you need to reduce your leverage. If I'm to take this setup now with the 6.4% risk, okay, you need to reduce your leverage. Okay, so in this case, it means that if I'm multiplying 6 by 5, okay, that is exactly what is going to give me around 30%. So it means I can reduce my leverage if I must use this stop loss that the signal provider is giving me. I can use like a 2.5x leverage, 3x leverage, and all of that. That way you'll be playing safe. You will stay longer in the market and allow the trade to play out. But if you just go ahead and the signal say use 25 to 200x leverage, you just use 200x leverage, you'll be just within a twinkle of an eye, you'll be taken out of the market immediately. So guys, manage your risk, okay? We can make this money consistently. It's better we make it, how is it called? Small, right? We'll make it small, and then consistently, than wanting to make the money at once in one trade setup. It doesn't work that way, guys. Okay, so that is exactly what I want you guys to pay attention to. So when you get signals, use your own stop loss. You have your own risk management strategy. Have your own, risk tolerance. Don't just go and put $100 and use 25x leverage and just be trading and allow the trade to take you out and all of that. Okay, so for YGG, this is exactly the setup I'm looking at. I think this is already on my watch list. Yes, it is. All right, so I'll be looking at that to play out. And then for the next token, which is the HNT USDT, let's see what that token has for us currently, guys. Okay, so for this particular token, what are we looking at, guys? What are we looking at? All right, so more tokens are coming up. I hope I'll be able to cover all of this. Okay, guys, so let me go to the daily time frame and see a clearer picture. We are still in that uptrend, okay? We're still proceeding upward. Guys, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, okay. All right, so here will be our area of interest. So we go ahead and take this area here. All right, so that is going to be our area of interest. This token has already pumped, guys. It has already pumped. So if it is going to complete this, I will be looking at 1.91. Okay, I'll be looking at shorting this token at 1.91 and all of that. All right, so if we bring our trend line, we see that we are still in that upward trend, guys. So yeah, let me bring this slightly down there and bring it up. Okay, yeah, we're still in that upward trend. So if we go to lower time frame, like the 4 hours time frame, okay, so we use this area here. Okay, we use this horizontal area here as our resistance, and then the trend line is serving as our support. Okay, so what I want to say is, see this token come to test this area of 1.92. All right, and then you short it to the downside, guys. If you want to enter now, you can enter with market order, but what it means is that you now start adding to your position once it gets to this area, because I see this rejecting from this area. So my setup for this particular trade will be, entering a trade around that area and, targeting this area. Remember, we're on the 4 hours time frame. So it means that this trade can take longer before it is this target. So if you want, to do a quick scalp, you can go to shorter time frame, like the 15 minutes, the 5 minutes, and all of that. So on the 15 minutes, you see that we are, slightly far from that zone. So I want you to get to that zone. all right, and then we'll go ahead and short the trade around that particular zone, guys. So I want you to get to that zone so I can bring in my tool here, and this is exactly where I'll be shorting this trade to the downside. Okay, so for this particular token, pay attention to this and allow it to play out, guys. Pay attention to this and allow it to play out, all right? So for HNT, that's exactly the setup I'll be looking for. When it gets here, rejects here, I want to take it down, and then maybe when we reject from the trend line again, we have to start looking for long trade and all of that. Okay, so pay attention to this token, put it on your watch list, and allow the trade to play out accordingly. Okay, allow the trade to play out accordingly and follow, what is being given to you. All right. For the next token, there we have the STMX USDT. Okay, so let's look at that and see what's happening with that particular token. Yeah, look at this. Okay. So currently for this particular token, guys, what I'm looking at is I'll be looking to take a trade, guys. Okay. So we have here as our support, guys. So here we can use here, and then anything from here down to the 200-day moving average. Okay, so pay attention to this 200-day moving average. All right, so we can break here and even come back here to take it off from here, and then we can use this area here as our resistance. Okay, we use this area as our resistance, right? And then there is equally need for us to look at this area here as well, all right? So that when we are taking a trade, we should be mindful of where we are setting. You don't just take a trade here and then start targeting this other area here. What if it comes here and then it reverses back and all of that? All right. So if I go to lower time frame, like the 15 minutes time frame, what I should be looking for this particular trade is yeah, currently we are just in the middle. So what I want to wait for is either we continue to trend down and then come to this area of 0.0056, reject here, I'll take it up. I'm not going to enter any trade right now, okay? I want to see this trend down here this way, right? So I'm going to follow this trend down, and until we get down there. So the more we keep rejecting from this trend line and all of that, I want to see it come down to this area here at 0.0056. Then I'll be taking a trade to the upside. Okay, so for this particular token, what I am actually looking at currently is wait for this token to play out. If it comes and reject at this area, I'm going to long, all right? So I can enter a long trade from that area there and maybe target that up there. All right. So this is exactly what I will be looking for. I'll be looking at for this particular trade. Okay. This is exactly what I'll be looking at for this particular trade. Okay. So we just allow it to come, and then a break of that trend line and the retest will take it to the upside. All right. That is exactly the setup that I have for the STMX USDT trade. Okay. So if you want to take this trade, I will allow this to play out, and then we'll take the trade accordingly. All right. We'll take the trade accordingly. If you want to do quick scalping, well, you can go to lower time frame, 3 minutes, or even the 1 minute time frame, and see what you can do there. Okay. Is this Celo or Cele? Which one is it? Cele? Is it Cele or Celo? USDT. I think it should be, is it Cell or Celo? It should be Celo, right? Please, Vincent, that should be Celo USDT, right? Yes, it is. So it is Celo USDT, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Wow. What happened? Look at that massive pump. Well, guys, this token can be very funny at times. Okay. This token can be very funny. It can remain in this 0.54 for like few minutes before it actually start going up. What happened? The token just woke up from sleep, and then we just have this massive pump from around 0.48 down there. All right. This is almost how many percent move? Let's look at that. Okay. Can you imagine 30% move this morning? Yay. This is massive, guys. Okay. For this particular token right now, guys, I don't see any setup here. I'm not I don't see any setup. Should we long or short? All right. Everybody will be asking now, should we long or short? For me right now, I don't see any setup here. Okay. But I'll just map out the support resistance area. Okay. So this area down here will be our zone of support. Okay, and then I'll use the 200-day moving average as our resistance, right? So now use this area here as our resistance, guys. I think network is a bit slow for me here. So yeah, use this area as our area of resistance. And then what I want to see play out for this particular token is I want to see it keep pumping. Okay. I see this token going up, guys. I see this token going up. But it's not a guarantee actually. It's not a guarantee so that you don't go. Currently, what I don't want to do right now, I can enter a long, but what is the possibility that you get to 0.60 and all of that? Okay, so I want to let this trade play out, guys. I want to let this trade play out. If it comes to this area, this is the area I'm looking at the 200-day moving average, guys. If it comes here and reject, okay, this area of 0.6, okay, around 60 cents or thereabout, we should be shorting this token right now. Because if you long now, all right, see what is happening here. If you go ahead and long now, this could reverse and come back to this zone, all right? So what we want to wait for is at the middle here, we don't need to do anything, guys. For this particular trade, you don't need to do anything. If it comes down here, you take it up. If it comes up here and rejects from here, you take it down. This is what I'll be looking at for the Celo token, okay? For Celo, that is exactly what I am going to be looking at, all right? I don't need to rush into any trade, okay? I don't need to rush into this to, to be taken unaware and all of that. All right, so for MTL, let me add this to the watch list. Yes. For MTL, let's look at MTL USDT. I think that token is beginning to wick down. Okay, the token is beginning to wick down. So let's look at it and see what's possible with this particular trade. So yeah, if I come up here and look at that. All right, guys, I think my network is a bit slow, so let the chat load up and then let's keep it rolling, okay? Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Guys, give that video a like. Give that video a like, all right? Give it a like and let's see what's going on, guys. Let's see what's going on. So for MTL doesn't want to load. Currently, we're at 1.60, 1.46, yes, 1.46, and I'm targeting around 1.9 something, 97, right? 1.397. That's the target. I've been in that trade for days now, so I'm targeting 1.397 and all of that. But guess what, guys? I see this token coming down to as low as 1.37, 1.36, and all of that. Okay, but it all depends on how long and how patient you are to stay in this trade. Okay, how long and how patient you are to stay in this trade. That is just it, guys. All right, so this is the setup I had here. This is what I was actually looking at. And guys, one quick lesson for you guys, okay? Whenever you want to take a trade, I know your phone is enough and all of that, okay? But if you have access to a laptop, guys, if you have access to a laptop, you can use TradingView for free. All right. It's only when you need more indicators, when you need more features, one more trading strategies that you now start paying. Okay. For now, you can use TradingView for free. Always make sure that you look at the chart. All right. I entered this trade around 1.40, around, yes, 1.40 cent or thereabout. Okay. Without looking at that. But when I open the chart, I now notice that actually there is a resistance at 1.59 or 1.60. And then we equally have this, resistance here at this 1.50 or thereabout. Look at this token. It actually went to $1.51. All right, and then it started wicking down here. So how far can this go? That's exactly what we are looking at. Okay, will this actually start trending down to this area? That is exactly what we are looking at. Okay, but why you are going to enter this trade? For me, it's going to be a short, guys. But why you are going to enter this trade? Be mindful of this other resistance up here, because if we break above this area, then there's a possibility that we can come test this area. Remember, we are above this trend line. Okay, look at that. For those of you who don't understand what a retest is, when we say plot your trend line and wait for a break and a retest, this is exactly what I mean. All right, we started trailing and rejecting from this trend line. The trend line was serving as a resistance. All right, and then eventually, after consolidating here for a while, we consolidated here for a while, and then we broke that trend line, went up and came back. This is the retest we're talking about. Okay, at times this retest happened like 2-3 times before it start going up. Okay, we went back up there again and then retest back up here again, and boom, all right, it started firing up. So that is exactly what a break of a trend line and a retest is. this would have been a very perfect setup for you to make, some money in this market. And look at that. It plays out. This is purely price action, all right? And this plays out very well. But for now, we'll be looking for short trades, okay? Our short setup will be from here, okay, and then take it down here, all right? Alternatively, if you want to wait for this trade, guys, if you want to wait for this trade, the best area to short this trade will be up here, all right? It will be up here. But one thing you should know is that this may not even get here, and it will start rejecting from here. But two things you need to be looking at is either you short from here, okay, and wait for it to play out here, or alternatively, just wait patiently for the market to play out. Let's say this trade comes down to this area, okay, of our resistance. You should be looking to long the market from here, okay? Your long setup will be from here, and then you can take it to as high as that level. All right, you can take it to as high as that level. That is exactly what I'll be looking at for the MTL trade. Okay, that's exactly the setup I'll be looking at for the MTL trade. So you short here, when it gets down here, you'll be looking for long opportunity, guys. All right, you'll be looking for long opportunity, and you can still take that up and up and up. All right, but if we break below this level, guys, and then come down to below the 200-day moving average, then continue looking for short opportunity. Okay, that's exactly the setup that I have for the MTL token. All right, Franklin, you welcome. Okay, good morning, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed the shorting LTC yesterday. Yes, exactly. I mentioned that earlier. All right, so for all of those who shorted the Litecoin yesterday, yeah, congrats to you. Okay, yeah, congrats to you. Currently, yeah, for the Litecoin, I think I looked at that already, and we are slightly below that 200-day moving average. So what we are looking for is, let me open up Litecoin again, and let's see what's possible with that trade. Yeah, so we are trading below the 200-day moving average, guys. So what we are looking for right now is, remember, we are just at this trend line, okay? We want to see a rejection at this trend line, guys. You see this coming down to the trend line. We want to see a rejection at the trend line. But if we fail to reject, okay, at that trend line, and then we start seeing a trade going down, okay? So for me, I'll be looking to enter more short trade down here, all right? So let's say we break this trend line, and then a retest will be somewhere around there. So a break below this area of $81 should be more, more downside, okay? A break below that area of $81 should be a trade going to the downside, okay? That is exactly what I'm looking at for the Litecoin, okay? If we continue to go down, yeah, we continue to, take it down and down and down, all right? But if we reject from the trend line here, then you should be looking for long setup, guys. You should be looking for long setup, okay? Yeah, so the next token you want us to look at is, yeah, what is that? Prince Vincent, okay, SRP, okay? Let's start with SRP, okay? Yeah, SRP currently, look at what we have here. We are currently still at that support level, guys. We are currently still at that support level. Anything below this area, okay? Anything below this area, if BTC continues to drop, guys, anything below this area, it means that we are coming to cover up this massive move here, okay? Anything below this area, guys, 67, anything below 67 cents, 66 cents, and all of that, you should be looking for a short trade to the downside, okay? You should be looking for a short trade. So I want to see a breakout, and even if possible a retest, okay, of that zone, and I'll take a trade down to around maybe 51 cents or thereabout, okay? So our entry for this particular trade will be, down here. Okay, I'm just setting up this, but this will be that this breaks this area, and then maybe use this zone here, this support area, as a resistance. Okay, we want to see it come down, right? What I want to see play out is this market coming down and then coming back here without breaking above this area and consolidating here for a while. Then we can take it down. Okay, we can take it down. So this is just what I'll be looking at to enter a trade around these areas whenever this plays out, okay? But if we have a rejection from this area and start going up, then it should be a long setup, okay? So your long setup will be, maybe you start looking for entries around this area. I don't know what BTC will play out going into this weekend, okay? The first week of this month. I don't know how it plays out, but if we reject from this area, then it's going to be a long setup to the upside, guys. So just wait for this to play out. Either way, you'll be looking, to follow the market and go and go whatever direction that the market is going. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I should be looking at. All right. So for Dogecoin, let's look at Doge right now. Look at that. Okay. So Doge actually rejected. Yeah. So too many things here. Too many drawing tools. So let's see if this Fibonacci retracement tool is still valid. This setup here is no longer valid, so remove that. Currently, we are just slightly below the 200-day moving average, guys. And then with areas where I'll be looking at the rejection will be around, the 718 level, the 786 level, guys. On the Fibonacci retracement tool, I'm looking at the 786 levels, guys. 786 level will be seeing this market reject around this area. Okay, so let me take that Fibonacci retracement tool out. Yes, so see this market reject around this area, but if it doesn't, if we continue to break down these areas, then what we are looking for is a continuation of this downward trend. Okay, so we can just continue to move until we get to around 0.067 and all of that. All right. But what I want to say is if Dogecoin can reject from this area, then we can be taking it up there and all of that. For now, I don't have any setup for Dogecoin. I'll just allow this to play out. And this all depends on, why, what BTC does. And then if there is a tweet about this, okay, then you can, for now, I'm not going to trade Doge. Okay, I don't have any setup here. But if we break below this horizontal line I drew here, then we can take a trade. Okay, be looking to take a trade downside, all of that. But if we reject from here upward, then it is a long trade. Okay, it is a long setup. Okay, all right. So for Compound USDT, Joanne, for Compound USDT, I think I have Compound on my watch list. Where is it? Compound. All right, so guys, smash that like button. Okay, smash that like button. So let's do Compound USDT. Comp USDT. Let's look at what Compound Coin has for us, guys. What do we have here? Okay, so if I go to higher time frame, look at that. Voila. Look at Compound Coin that I even thought was going to $80. All right, so we broke all these areas. We broke this area, broke that area, came here, rejected massively from that area. I think the reaction you're seeing here is as a result of the hack, the DeFi hack that, when was that? There was news about hacking on DeFi platform like that. And then Compound Coin is one of those DeFi platforms that were affected. So massive sell-off started happening for this particular coin. So what we want to see right here is a rejection at this zone. Okay, this is our support level. We are currently seated at the support level, which is around that $59 area. Okay, so we want to see a rejection at this area, and we'll see how we can take a trade to the upside, guys. So where exactly are we right now? Let me bring my Fibonacci retracement to see possible areas where this market can start rejecting back. So, okay, so if we start rejecting from this area, what you'll be looking for, guys, is a long trade, and then maybe around $63, $66. All of those areas will be your setup for a take profit. So for Compound Coin, guys, for Compound Coin, I'm going to be looking for a long trade. Yes. You can enter with market order now. Okay, enter with market order. It is a long setup, and then when you are entering, please, your target should be around $60, 61, 62, or thereabout. Okay, you can enter with market order right now for Compound Coin, guys. Enter with market order right now. So it's a long setup for me. For Compound, it's a long setup for me. Where's my phone? I need to enter this trade as well. All right, it's a long setup for me. So enter a trade and then maybe target around $60 and thereabout and take it up. Okay. So for Compound Coin is a long setup. Okay. Long setup for me should be around that area. Okay. Enter around that $59 area and then you can target as high as this. But make sure your take profits are between 61, 63. Just keep taking profit. Okay. You can gradually start closing, half of your positions and all of that and start adjusting your stop losses if that continues to go in your favor. All right. So that's exactly the setup I'm having for compound coin. I will put a tight stop loss at around 2.2% or thereabout and see how that plays out. Okay, yeah, that is for compound coin is a long for me. For the compound coin is a long for me. All right. Yeah, okay. So Tony, that is exactly what I'm looking at. So enter a long trade right now for compound coin and let's see how that plays out. Okay. Enter a long trade for compound coin and see how that plays out. All right. So let's look at Kojo. Let's look at Link. Link USDT. I think compound should be on my watch list right now. Yes, it is. So for Link USDT, let's look at what Link has for us. So for Link, yeah. Okay, yeah, Vincent, thank you for correcting that. Okay, I will look into that trade right now. Okay. Link. So let's go to the 4 hours time frame and see what we have here. All right, guys. So my entry for Link will be at the 718 level. Okay, my entry for Link will be at the 786 level, right? On the Fibonacci retracement tool, which I drew here, the 786 level is my area of interest. So yeah. So that area is going to be, let's see if we can reject from there. So I'm going to have a setup at 7.2. Okay, 7.24 or thereabout. That is exactly what I'll be looking at for Link. 7.24 or thereabout will be the exact area I'll be looking at for Link. Remember, we've been rejecting at this area, right? Okay, look at that week. All right, look at that week. So we had this week come down to around 7.26. Okay, we had another week come down to around 7.2625. Okay, so I want to wait to have another rejection at this area. So entry for long will be okay at that 7.2 something. All right, let's say 7.253 or thereabout, and then you should be targeting as high as possible. But your first take profit you can go to lower time frame and start taking profit gradually. Okay, so set a limit order and then put tight stop loss just below. In case we break below this area, then the next area we should be looking at the setup is around the 200-day moving average, is around 6.8 or 6.9 level. But for now, if we get a rejection at this area, guys, it is a long trade for me for the Link. Okay, it is a long trade for me for Link. All right, so I'm going to be looking for long setup. You can go to lower time frames and see how that plays out. Okay, so if this plays out, we should be looking for a long setup from that area and we'll take it to the upside. Okay, yeah, so wait for it to come reject at that 7.25 and all of that. Look at that. Okay, let it play out and you take a trade to the upside. So we want to see a rejection there, then we'll take a trade to the upside. Okay, so for the CELR, right? CELR USDT. Let's look at that and see what's possible with that particular token. Okay, so yeah, that's the setup I have, guys. That's the setup I have there. So make sure you follow. Yeah, Celo. Lily, I already look at Celo, but I'll go look at that again. Okay, I'll go look at that again. Just give me a moment. Let me finish with this is what we have here. Let's look at the daily time frame. Let's see. Okay, so we just had a rejection at this, at this support area. We just had that rejection at that support area. And then on a higher time frame, for those of you who are swing traders, okay, look at this. We need to wait for a break of that trend line to confirm that move. We can go to, start reducing the time frames to around that area. So you see a clearer picture on the 4 hours time frame, guys. All right, so if you get a rejection at 0.0145, all right, at this area, at that trend line, you want to take it down. And what you should be waiting for, even if I go to like the 1 hour time frame, guys. So what you want to be looking at for is a rejection at this trend line. Then you take a trade down. And then if we come back to 0.013, you should be taking a trade up, okay? So remember, this is our resistance. The trend line becomes our resistance. And then this horizontal area here becomes our support. So we look at taking a trade to the upside at this area, and then we'll look at taking a trade to the downside at this area. Then if we break above the trend line, guys, if we eventually break above the trend line, what you want to see play out is something like this, okay? A breakout, maybe it goes up, comes and retests the trend line, let the trend line becomes a support, and then we can take a trade to the upside. Okay, this is exactly the setup I'm looking at for this particular token. Okay, so this should equally be on the watch list because we need to pay attention and see how that plays out. If it does plays out well, okay, if it gave us all these good entries, then we can be entering the trade and taking it to the upside. Okay, so if I go back to Celo, I think I have Celo here on my watch list. So if I go back to Celo, let's look at that setup we had here. Okay, yeah, for Celo, what exactly did I say we're going to do here? Yeah, I was saying, we can be rejecting from this area. It's possible that we can be rejecting from this area, but this is what I mapped out for Celo. Okay, we have a resistance slightly above this area, aside this area we're currently looking at. Okay, so above that, we have that resistance level there. So I don't know if this token can go back up there. So I say don't enter any trade here, wait for it to come, kiss this level, then you can be looking for short trade, or if it retraces back to this area, you'll be looking for a long trade. Okay, that is exactly the setup I have for the Celo USDT. Okay, yeah, so fourth USDT, we can trade it now. Oh, sorry, I'm just seeing this right now, but let's look at what's possible with that. Token fourth USDT. Okay, Vincent, thank you so much for that. All right, so let's look at fourth. Look at that, guys. It's a newly listed trade. Okay, newly listed trade. So, guys, it's newly listed. Okay, the same way it's pumping is the same way it's going to dump, guys. The same way it's pumping is the same way it's going to dump. So you can enter a trade right now, guys, but with lower leverage. Okay, lower leverage. Let me look at how much volume this token is doing right now. Okay, enter a trade with lower leverage and stay in the market. The same way this coin is pumping is the same way it's going to dump. All right. Right now there is no much data for us to start analyzing. We can use here now as a resistance and all of that, but the same way this token is pumping, okay, is the same way it's going to dump. All right. So here can serve as our support and all of that. I want to see this token come back to 2.9, but I want to see the volume that this token is doing right now. Okay, let's see how much volume that is done on that token. So it is fourth. Yeah, just 1.9 or 1.7, okay, 1.7 million, and then it has been up by 7% in the past 24 hours and thereabout. So yes, short this trade with lower leverage, okay, and continue to add to your position. The same way it's pumping is the same way it's going to double, right? Yeah, so look at that. If you enter in market order, you should already be in profit and all of that, okay? So it is a short for me, guys. For this particular trade, is a short for me, okay? It is a short for me, right? So sold USDT. Sold USDT. You can look at scalping that trade by going to lower time frame and start looking at opportunities. Okay, you can be taking both long and buys at the same time and all of that. But trade with caution, guys. Trade with caution. Okay, it's the newly listed token, so the owners of those tokens may be manipulating the market to attract attention, to attract more money into it and all of that. So let's see what Solana has for us. So for sold USDT, yeah, we are seated at that support. Okay. Vincent has already made 20%. Are you shorting or you're longing? Which one are you, where are you making the 20% from? Is it on a long or a short trade? Okay. I'm going to close all my short, long trades, right? Because all the long trades I have, I'm going to close them. Okay. So for the FIB retracement tool, this is no longer valid. Let's take that out of the way. And then currently we are just below this trend line and we are at this major support, which is at that 200-day moving average. So for Solana, I'm looking for a long trade at anything around 22.7, okay? 22.7 or thereabout. So I'm looking for a long trade for Solana, okay? I'm looking for a long trade for Solana, guys. I'm looking for a long trade for Solana. So the long sector will be at this 200-day moving average. We want to see a week down there, and then we can be taking a trade to the upside, okay? So anything at $22.7 or thereabout, you should be looking at taking a trade to the long side. Okay, except we break below this area, then we can be shorting, all right? If we break below this area, we can be shorting to the downside, guys. If we break below this area, then we should be looking at shorting that trade to the downside. All right. So for that particular token, for the fourth, Vincent is shorting that trade. Okay. For fourth, he's shorting that trade. Okay. So we'll continue to look for more shorting opportunity to make some money. It's a new token, so you can do both long and short whenever you see the opportunity and see how you can set up. Okay. So yeah, for Franklin, for Solana, we'll be looking for a long setup from here. So long setup here will now be between this area of support and then this trend line here will now be serving as our resistance. Then if we break above that trend line, we'll now be looking for more long opportunity and all of that. So for Solana, this is exactly the setup that I have, guys. This is exactly the setup that I have for Solana. All right, guys. So yeah, questions. Let's see what's happening. Okay. What are your questions? And we'll call it a day. I need to take my drug right now. Okay. I'm still treating malaria. Malaria was dealing with me. You know, I had some losing trade and then I fell sick only for me to go for a checkup and then it was malaria, typhoid, and all of that. So the losing trade went and woke up all the sickness in me, all the malaria in me, and all of that. So yeah, guys. Yes. So exactly that is those are the setup I'm looking at. Okay, for all of the tokens we look at, just let them play out and then you take the trades accordingly, guys. Let them play out and you take the trades accordingly. Okay, so one last one before we call it a day will be, the MKR USDT. All right, guys, smash that like button. All right, smash the like button for me. Do me a favor by smashing that like button. We need to get more people joining this live stream. Okay, we need to get more people learn about crypto. We need to get more people know how to do this analysis and start taking trades for themselves. All right. Going forward, we start looking for how we can stay longer in the market and all of that. And for all of you who are, members of my YouTube channel, for those of you who are supporting me every month and all of that, I'll be having a special live stream with you guys. Okay. I'll be having a special live stream with you guys when you get to ask me anything, even for those of you who are beginners. Once you are part of that community, all right, I'll be having a special live stream with you guys, maybe twice a week, all of that. Okay, where you get to ask anything, you get to, we just do live trading together and all of that. Okay, so if you want to be a part of that, I think the list is okay. For the live stream, you need to join the advanced level. Okay, so all you just need to do is if you click on the join button here on the YouTube, all right, if you click on the join button here, guys, to become a member of the YouTube, you support us, for all of our live stream, all of our shows, creation of videos and all of that. If you click on this option, it's just two levels I have, okay? It's just two levels I have. Yeah, the first level here, yeah, so the first we have just two, basic and advanced. Okay, so this one is just basic chat. I will get to reply. You can come in here and look at, okay, all you have. Okay, members only live chat, priority reply to your comments. Okay, early access to new videos and all of that. Okay, but for the advanced level, if you do for the advanced level, you can have member shout out. We can have photos and status update. Members only live stream. And that live stream will be trading, answering all your questions, educating you on crypto, mentoring you, and all of that. All right. So it is a monthly fee. If you can afford that, just go ahead and do that. And then we can start talking about that gradually as we proceed. Okay. So go and use the join button and see, how that will help us out. All right. Together we can make a difference, guys. Together we can make a difference. Currently for this particular token, guys, remember that setup we had here. We have this setup here saying that anything above this area, and even on the daily time frame, we are trading above that area. Remember this, look at this trend line we drew here. So we are trading above that area. So we had this massive, after closing the candle, let me go to 4 hours so that we'll see that clearly. So after a candle closes above that, I think 1,200 or thereabout, yes. So this is what I was looking at, guys. Okay. So I told us that in as much as we continue to reject at this trend line, anything above this area, so we closed above this area, came and retested this area, went back up, okay, to 1,300, and then came back and rejected at that 1,170, and we are going back up there again. So what you want to wait for is for this to play out, okay? Wait for this to play out. If I check time frames like the 1 hour time frame, okay, so you should be looking at taking a trade to the upside, anything around this zone. So what I want to see play out is, this coming down to maybe around this area or leaving at the trend line, reject there, and then we can be looking for a long setup. Okay, so I'll wait for this trade to come down here. I'll be looking for a long setup. But if you want to scout the market, you can do a quick short trade here and all of that. But for me, I'll be looking at longing anything around this 1,060, 1,160, 1,170, anything around this zone. I'll be looking at longing the MKR token. Okay, so MKR token will be to long for me from those areas. All right, that fault is very volatile. Yes, that's why I say trade carefully. All right, trade carefully with a very low leverage. Okay, trade with care with a very low leverage. Don't go and risk your money because you want to make money. All right, don't go and start throwing your money around because you want to make money. All right, guys. So basically, this is it for today. Okay, this is it for today. Thank you guys so much. I'm still treating malaria. I think my last dose will be sometime tomorrow. I think I have a whole week actually to treat that. They give me drugs for 5 days plus injection and all of that. So okay, so that is exactly what I have. The setup I have here right now. So thank you so much for being here. Smash that like button before you leave, okay? Smash that like button before you leave. So currently, I'll call it a day here and we'll meet again tomorrow, okay? So join the Telegram if you are not there already. Go and join the